Okay. Tank stream, yes and no. Kind of Zen Ginger. Welcome and hello. I kind of may have forgotten to add myself at the very beginning. Wow, I really should have turned my recording lights on. Well, there's everybody. Hey, I figured we were bored. Nobody was streaming. Um, Give me just a second. Let me get my tank lights up. Or not my tank lights, my recording lights up. I'm going to sit you all on the fishies for just a moment. And I have added a new fish to that tank there. Let's get some lighting fired up. All right. Yeah, this was just kind of an impromptu, someplace for people to hang out. I will forewarn you, I'm actually in the middle of doing a video, so I will be back and forth. But I figured if nothing else, it would give everybody a place to hang out and chat. Hey, that's a little better. Little better on the lighting. Good deal. So how is everybody doing? I hope everybody's having a good Christmas so far. I know it is over in some places. A lot of places, given it's 6:17 p.m. where I am at. I do have a video uploading currently, and I am working on moving the saltwater tank around. I really don't want to watch the delayed version of myself over here. Let's just minimize that. Let me get back to the top. Welcome everybody properly. Of course, we have the Zen Ginger jumping in first place with the gold. Sandy Dowdy is in here in second with the silver, and Scott Backer bringing in the bronze. Welcome, welcome. Unfiltered Aquarius, you get your honorable mention. And we have Select Pet as well. And I was just watching the reply from you earlier video. Zen Ginger, bummed I missed everything earlier, so yay. Yeah, you needed your sleep though. Sand Creek Aquatics is back. I will get you those links here shortly that we were discussing. But I talked about it a little bit in the live stream. I think I titled it Testing Out My New Studio or New Studio Setup. Basically, I did everything on the cheap, and it seems to work well enough. Select Pet, how many likes do we have, folks? I appreciate you bringing that up. Unfiltered Aquarius says it's only 3:15 p.m. there, 5:15 for the Zen Ginger and Select Pet. I just lost the video I recorded for this week, so I'm debating on making a new one or missing a week. I would advise, if you were asking my opinion, which you're not, but I'm going to give it to you anyways because that is what I do. Yeah, first off, my condolences on the loss of a video. That's never any fun. I would advise you upload something, even if it's just some raw, unedited footage that just takes a couple minutes to shoot it and upload it. Get something up on the channel just to try and help keep YouTube on your side in terms of the algorithm. Because as most of us know, if you start skipping uploads or skipping weeks, YouTube does not like that. Even for bigger channels like the King of DIY, if he skips a couple weeks, YouTube really punishes even him for doing so. So even if it's just something simple, doesn't have to be fancy or edited, I would recommend putting out some sort of content. That way YouTube doesn't start hating on you. Make sure I don't have anybody else in the live chat over here that I'm missing. Let's move that around. All right. Select Pets. YouTube hates me anyways, but I'll see what I can come up with. Yeah, I mean, that's just my opinion. You know, whatever we can do to try and keep the YouTube algorithm in our favor. That being said, I am going to move the camera back over here for you all because I want you to see the new addition to this tank. Not a new fish. I've had her for a while. She was only about 2.5 inches when I got her. As you all know, I enjoy my Bichers. So there is Little Miss. She is the newest addition to this tank. And if one of the other ones swims over, you'll get a size comparison. She's definitely smaller than they are, but she's big enough, I think, now. Given their nature, she'll be fine. And she was in the tank that I'm moving the saltwater to. And you can see the Gibbous Pleco in the back going crazy on the sponge filter. So I now have 3 Beischer in there. Chewy LTD, hello and welcome. Scott Backer, the best way to find what you lost is to work backwards from where you are to where your lady had, I'm assuming last had it. Just saying select. Yes, her name is Little Miss. And let's see where the other two. Oh, the other two are in the top corner. I wish they'd get closer so that you could see the size comparison. Not that they couldn't gobble her up, but I don't foresee any issues given that they are in there. Hello, Crystals, Pets, and Plants. I appreciate you joining us. Welcome, welcome. Merry Christmas to you as well. Given they're in there with Angels and the Grommy and a couple other things, you know, they could definitely chew up if they wanted to. I think they'll be fine. The 2 larger Beischer are really well tempered. Oh, and there she goes. She's found her friends now. I think that was the first time they had met. Chewy, I will look again for that here in a little bit. I have not, well, I've had my phone around, but I had it put on silent or do not disturb. That way I didn't have the notifications popping up while I was trying to film. And for those of you that missed it at the beginning, I will be back and forth since I am doing a video draining a tank and setting up the salt water in its new tank. But I figured it would give us some place to hang out while we were waiting for another stream to begin. Because I know there were several people that were just kind of bored and waiting for somebody to pop up. So here I am, and here you all are, and I appreciate you spending your time with me today. Diego at Petzotics, hello. Appreciate you coming in. I am doing well. Copyright. What did I miss about? Oh, gotcha. Zen Ginger said, Chew, I tried to watch your video. And see, this is what happens when I'm not watching the actual live chat. Now I've got it on here. Chewy, I tried to watch your video, but it was removed before I could. Yes. The joys of copyright. Gotta love that. Yeah, I was actually considering doing some Christmas karaoke for you all, and then I realized that YouTube would probably pick that up really quick and snag the stream off due to copyright issues. So, my apologies. No YouTube karaoke. Let's see what else we got going on. So, for those of you that I did not see earlier, or anyone that maybe has done their Christmas since then, did anybody get any wonderful Fishmas gifts? Fish Tropic, boom. Hello, sir. Welcome again. And Codyson joining us once more. So yeah, I'm curious, did anybody get any fishy stuff, you know, YouTubey stuff, or just cool stuff in general for Christmas that you want to share with the group? Lots of hellos. That is always good. But yeah, I'm excited to have Little Miss in here with the other two. Again, there's definitely a size disparity, but I think they will be okay. I may be moving the angelfish out of this tank soon. Possibly. I don't know. I may leave them. But I do have that one other catfish that is still in quarantine, which is the tiger shovel nose red tail cat hybrid. It is going to be going in here with the shovel nose and the red tail so that they can kind of grow out together and be familiar with one another while they're still small. But I don't see where Little Miss has gone to. She's hiding somewhere. Let me see. Who is that? That is Buddy. Okay. And there is Buddy's little girlfriend. Huh. Don't know what they're doing back behind there. Hopefully they're being nice. Cody-san, thank you very much. Recon 338. Likely can't stay, but wanted to say hello and drop a like. Didn't get fish stuff for Christmas, but I got a gift card, so I went ahead and ordered a big roll of Pinky Floss. LOL. Gotta love that. I appreciate you coming in to say hello and dropping that like. Hey, you can't go wrong with Pinky Floss. And Select Pet says, I got a set of studio/photography lights and backdrops, sort of for Christmas. I understand the sort of for Christmas part. That is awesome. I'm sure that you will put those to good use. Gerald Conger, hello and welcome. I appreciate you swinging by, and thank you very much. It is definitely an assorted tank, if you will, not something I would recommend for the first time hobbyist or aquarist getting into the hobby, but it works for me, and I enjoy the variety in it. And there is Mr. Zen once again. Hello, hello. Welcome back, sir. Yeah, Zen, Mr. Zen kept us company while you were taking your little much deserved and probably well needed or much needed nap. So I'm glad you got you some rest. Pardon me, folks. I'm just trying to make sure that they're not going to beat this poor little girl up. And they might. Definitely chasing her around some. I'll have to keep an eye on that. And if there's a problem, I'll move her to another tank. It may just be that she's a little bit skittish and they're not too fond of it. But we will see. I'll keep an eye on it. And the Zen Ginger says, Mr. Zen has been buying me fish like every week for the last month, and he's doing my tank maintenance today. And I got an Amazon card that will probably be spent on fish. Woot, Merry Christmas. Well, that is awesome. Feed my fish. I can definitely feed my fish. Let me go grab some food real quick. I've got a couple things in here, but what I want to feed them next in the variety is some Super Color Flakes. So I'm going to grab those real quick because it's time for them to get that. And I need to feed the fry below them. So let me grab those flakes and I will be right back with you all. All right, so that is what we are going to be feeding for this feed session. The Omega-1 Super Color Flakes. This is one of my staple foods. I absolutely love this stuff. And I will post a link here in a second. Yes, it will be an Amazon affiliate link. So if you click on it, I make tons and tons of money. All right. Probably won't see the red tail come out. And the tiger shovel nose doesn't really care for those. That'll get the plecos out and moving around. And everybody else nice and active for the stream. Hello, Mountain View Turning. Welcome, welcome. I appreciate you hanging out with us. And thank you very much. So let me grab a link for that real quick. Like I said, it is an Amazon affiliate link, which means if you click on it, I am financially compensated. And I think that is my legal obligations to disclose that to you. Copy. And I will drop that in there and paste. There we go. Fish Room Fever, you should start an Amazon wish list for flakes and ONIP tabs so we can buy them to watch you feed the fish. That is something I had never thought of. Honestly, I didn't know that I could do that. I may do that simply because you mentioned it. So yeah, that's definitely something for me to think about. I'll take a look at doing that. Thank you, Zen Ginger. And Scott Backer says, speaking of you making money, wife ordered one of your hoodies last night. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. The stutter there. The support means a lot to me. I currently have them priced so as not really to make money, but make them affordable for everybody. But I appreciate that support. That means more to me than making a couple bucks. So I hope you enjoy it. Please let me know how you like it. I've not gotten my hands on one yet. So, when you get one, let me know. I want to make sure the quality is good before we sell a whole bunch of these. Well, that's, I guess, presumptuous of me to assume we would sell a whole bunch. But I want to make sure that the merchandise is good quality, and if not, I will go elsewhere and we'll get you taken care of. Yeah, I made 46 cents. So that 46 cents covers me feeding the fish today almost for like one room. But no, seriously, I appreciate the support. That means more to me than the monetary gain, which is why I have the Amazon affiliate account. If you want to show support, that is the best way to do it. That really doesn't cost you anything extra. Because I, of course, get compensated for that, and it helps keep my Amazon account open. So if you're going to buy something anyways, I appreciate you using the link. Select Pet. It is a shame, but I can understand why. There are a couple people that don't give the disclaimers, which could potentially get them in trouble. I'm not going to name any names, but it's just I'm all about full disclosure anyways. I just want to make sure that I word things properly. That way there's not some god-awful legal hole that I fall in. Zen Ginger wants to know if it was the Ask Me About My Fish hoodie. So yes, I am curious. And Chewy LTD says, yes, at the Zen Ginger, my friend warned me that it could be a possibility with Burt Bacharach. The rest of it is fine. It has to do with music publishing. That is referencing that video that got pulled down. God's Glory TV has joined us. Hello and welcome. Merry Christmas to you. I appreciate you hanging out with us. And the wonderful Mike from the Fish Tank Barn has also graced us with his presence. Hello, sir. Again, congratulations on that 1,000 subscribers. I am glad that you were able to get there. Sorry, I think I only got like 90 views on that shout out video I did, thanking you for the gift card. But hopefully that at least gave you one or two that pushed it toward the goal of 1K, and now you can move on to bigger goals. God's Glory TV, thank you. I appreciate that. Fish Tropic, yeah, that should be my my slogan. Hashtag 46 cents. I'm going to make it where I earn 46 cents off of everything. Select Pet says, Fish Room Fever, if I were you, I would throw a few things on the Amazon wish list other than foods in case someone wants to support you that way and send you a gift that way. That is awesome. Like I said, I honestly had not thought of that simply because I generally think about what I do in terms of how I can assist you all and support you all, what I can bring to the community. So that really hadn't crossed my mind. Of course, knowing that you all are a wonderful and giving community, that makes perfect sense that you all would bring that up. And I will definitely throw some stuff on there that's kind of low dollar things that would be helpful around the fish room in case somebody does want to do that. If you don't, absolutely no problem. I don't expect anybody to, but if you wanted to do it, fantastic, and I appreciate it, and I appreciate you guys having the thought and pushing me to do that. Bud Presley is back with us. Thought I'd say hello. I hope you all had a Merry Christmas, everyone here. I was just cleaning my fish tanks and water changes. So yeah, again, Merry Christmas to you. I appreciate you swinging by again. I think that it is a good day for water changes. That's actually what I should be working on at the moment. I just got the corner tank drained. Realistically, I need to be in the other room scrubbing it out, rinsing it, draining it again so that I can start moving live sand and live rock over into it. But we've got a lively little crowd here and some decent conversation, so that can wait for the moment, one step at a time. A lot of hellos in the chat. That is always wonderful. And that is in regard to the conversation you all are having about that video. Was on Top Chat. Yes, I have that issue. It seems to me like StreamYard is kind of an in-between live chat and Top Chat almost. I see a decent bit of things, but I don't see everything, and it is a bit delayed. Yes, not quite 50 cents, but hashtag 46 cents. Absolutely. Hashtag Fever Christmas. I want to do some filter services every 6 months. Hello, Alice. Welcome. Glad to have you here. I don't know that I've ever seen you in my stream. I know I've seen you around and talked to you, but I don't think I've ever seen you here. So I appreciate you coming by. Not supposed to ask, really. GGTV, it's not how it's done here, FYI. I may have missed. Oh, yeah. I appreciate you showing up, but we don't really want to ask for support. I encourage everybody to check out all the other channels in the chat. And if you're close to like a milestone or something like that, I definitely don't mind to shout you out and help you out. You know, we all want to grow, but we just don't want to really ask for it. That's kind of not the style we go with. We're definitely all here to support each other, but we just kind of avoid the asking portion of that. Oh, you're actually more of a fish person. See, I did not know that, Alice. I am, Shrimp Fam. I'm familiar with seeing you in Mark's stream all the time. So I was not aware that you were a fish person. That is awesome. And not Nola Jane Fish Rich is hanging out and lurking. Lurking is always acceptable and always appreciated. So thank you for popping in, Not Nola Jane. I hope that you were doing something enjoyable while you are lurking. Let's see. It seems like everywhere I go, I see the same people. Yes, Alice. That is something that, well, one, I think is phenomenal because it shows that we do have a decent community that, you know, tries to support everybody. And for two, we're trying to add some new people to that. So you'll see some people pop up in my streams that are not from the Fish Fam or the Shrimp Fam, but have really good channels and good content. And I encourage you all to check them out just as I encourage them to check you all out. What would be a good Fishmas gift for all aquarists? Honestly, as cheesy as it sounds, I would say the most fitting gift that just all around suits everybody would probably be like an Amazon gift card. Just because, I mean, you can do everything from food to lighting, filtration, pumps, all of that stuff. So that's one of the things that I spring for, and that's a you can't go wrong type of thing. So definitely, that's if I was going to say the just most broad-reaching thing that's guaranteed to be usable would be an Amazon gift card because you could get just about everything on there. And Alice has a 200-liter and a 45-liter with fish. That is awesome. What type of fish do you have, Alice, if you don't mind me asking? And yes, Select Bet says you must go good places, Alice. Absolutely. Yeah, I've seen Alice in several streams. Zen Ginger is replying to Fish Tropics' question. A giant bottle of Prime. Well, I don't necessarily disagree with that. On the other hand, I don't really care for Prime. Not that I don't use it or won't use it. I do have a bottle. And if it's the only conditioner I have, then I will use it. But I have... I don't want to say a custom brand, but there's a local fish store here that kind of has a proprietary brand, if you will, that I enjoy using. So I really don't use the Prime unless I've like absolutely run out of both of my other bottles of what I use, and then a couple other things I keep on hand. It's kind of like a last resort just in case. Siphons and fish nets are always a good thing. And Melvin, Storm Riders Aquatics, has joined us. Hello and Merry Christmas, Melvin. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And hopefully you got to spend some time talking to your lovely lady friend today. Alice has asked, you're from the U.S., what state? I am in the state of Tennessee, which is what grants me the ability to, let me cover this so I don't give you all motion sickness. One of the wonderful states in which you can keep piranha. So there's some piranha for you. Since this is the first time in my stream, you may or may not have really seen much on them before. I know a lot of people like to take a look at them when they're first getting into my streams. And the chat jumped down on me. There's Amber. Let me get back where I was. Okay, there we go. Towel is also a good option. Yes, Sandy, hello and thank you. That's, like I said, it sounds cheesy or corny to say, oh, a gift card, but really there are so many different things you can get that you kind of can't go wrong with an Amazon card. Miss Big City Bettas, Amber herself, wanted to pop in and send some love. Hope everyone is having a good night. Thank you. I hope you're having a good night, and I hope you had a Merry Christmas. Hopefully, you got to spend a little bit of time with JH in one form or another. Sand Creek Aquatics wants to know, does anyone play with fish with laser light? So, give me just a second, and I can answer that question for you. Don't do it very often, but hold on just a second. The piranha don't really care for it / respond to it, generally speaking, but and see, it's going to bounce right off to the back there. Yes, they are not fans of it. But I do have one of these monster green laser lights. So, yes, from time to time. I am going to butcher your name. I'm going to pull a KG Tropicals here. Jaiza Hurley, welcome and hello. My apologies that I have totally butchered your name. Please forgive me. But welcome to the stream. Glad to have you in here. 54 Punchy Pam. Yes, another live stream. I was talking to Zen, and I didn't see anybody on. She didn't see anybody on. Initially, I was just going to turn the stream on, put the camera on the tank, and walk away so that people would have some place to talk to one another. But it got fairly lively, fairly quick with some decent questions. So I am hanging out for the moment. I do still have to finish moving the saltwater tank over and filming that video, but I can do that here in a little while. Select Pet says, most people overlook towels, but I like the nets idea. It was on my list. Yeah, I mean, you can really never have enough nets. You get caught up here. Zen Ginger says, no Prime, blasphemy. Yeah, I have Prime. It's just not my my go-to. And I am getting further and further behind here, so let me get back where I was. All right. Maybe a new type of fish food, possibly. I know people get picky about their fish food in terms of being gifted it. You get through here. Lots of hellos to everybody. And Griffin Fish Room, hello to you. I appreciate you coming by. Alice says she has gold barbs, green blue tiger barbs, mountain clouds, Sundadanio, Axelrodi, 3 female pea puffers in 45-liter, and 1 mosquito rasbora. Awesome. You have got some neat fish there. I appreciate you sharing that with us. Like I said, I never realized you were a fish person just because I knew you from the shrimp fan. Alice also said there may also be a few Glow Light Danios left, but they don't like my tank. See if I can get caught back up here. Zen Ginger says Glowfish Danios die at my house. Can't keep them alive. Lots of hellos. Fish Tropic, I do like trying new foods. I've got a wide variety of foods that I feed, so I don't mind somebody giving me a new food. That being said, you know, a lot of people are very particular about their food, so I'd hate to give somebody a gift that they A, really don't want, and B, probably won't use or possibly won't use. And I may have gotten to the bottom here. Yes, Zingender, they had a good Christmas. The kids are still out there being terrors and have destroyed the living room in a Christmas cloud. I think the fish appreciate it too. If the food isn't great, they won't touch it. Oh yeah, that is a good point. And Melvin Storm Riders got a Christmas miracle. I hit another milestone, 900. Congratulations to you, my friend. You are working your way up there. Getting close to that 1,000 mark. Diego Petzotic says, I use API Stress Coat Plus and Prime. I like them both. They both have their unique properties, in my opinion. Yes, I actually have a bottle here of what I use. It's not the same bang for your buck as Prime. We did that comparison one day, but that's what I use. I've been using it for years and years and years, and will continue to do so until one day I have issue with it. I just saw a question addressed to me and jumped past it. There we go. Recon 338 says, FRF, what do you run in your hang-on backs? I like filter floss, but have considered sponge in the past. Do you like pre-filter sponges? I do like pre-filter sponges. The one issue I have is them getting clogged up a lot, especially like I've got the duckweed cloud going, where the hang-on back pushes it down in the water, which I enjoy it. I actually think it looks kind of neat the way it gets pushed down into the water and it still has its roots downward for the most part, and then it just kind of floats back up to the top. But I actually have 3 hang-on backs on this tank. It's one of the few tanks that I run hang-on backs on, and that's just because I don't have it plumbed up for a sump at this point. In the one that you're seeing on screen, I don't have the replaceable cartridges, but I have some pieces of sponge, and then it came with like one cartridge that holds a piece of sponge. So I use that in there. One of them is actually crammed full of biomedia, and then the one at the far end that you can't see is an Aqua Clear 110. I have it just completely crammed full of sponges. So that is kind of my go-to is biomedia and sponges. A lot of the reason I have those on there is for water flow. You can't really see it on that camera angle, but I actually need to top that tank off. It is one that I have scheduled to do a water change on today. Let me see. Alice asking, how many tanks do I have? I think I've got 41 set up at this point. It's always just over 40 tanks. It varies. I had a seam bust on one the other day, so I'm working on getting that taken care of. But I've got over 40 tanks up and running at all times. And then a couple that I have little random projects that they go up and they come down and things like that. Let's see. Chewy LTD. It's just the glowfish. I heard they have hypermetabolism issues and need to be fed like 2 to 3 times a day, but I didn't know that at first, and they were turning cannibalistic. That is no fun. Langan and Animals has joined us. Hello and welcome. I appreciate you showing up. For those of you that do not know Langan, she's got an awesome channel, so I encourage you to go check her out as well. I've missed something here. Conditioners for hair, human head hair. Yeah. 54 Punchy Pam uses safe. Fish Tropic says, I will never use or buy chemicals from strangers. Yeah, that would be kind of weird. The only time that I've ever used any type of chemical from a stranger would be like if I got, like say, I bought a used fish tank and they had a whole bunch of stuff and they had maybe some unopened conditioner that I could very clearly see was not outdated, or something like that, would be the only time. But I'm not using previously opened bottles from somebody that I don't know. And Recon 338, thanks. You are welcome, my friend. No problem. Just cleaned the hang-on backs yesterday, so I was curious. I don't typically use pre-filters for the same reason. Just an extra thing to clean. I do run a sponge filter in all the tanks, though, just for extra. Yes, so I have one sponge filter running at the opposite end of this tank. This tank will end up having probably 4 sponge filters in it, possibly double stacking a couple of those once I get a central air pump set up and running. I will say it would be hard to, well, I could take the bottom off. I could fit a pre-filter sponge on this Marineland here at the end. The other two, normally I have pre-filters on, but I don't think I do at the moment. I have it on one of them. And I will say this, it definitely helps me keep down on filter maintenance with everything that it catches. So it's definitely not a bad idea. I would much rather clean that thing out every once in a while. And to be honest, I don't always necessarily worry about the beneficial bacteria on the pre-filter, since I have so many other places for it to be established. So a lot of times it's really easy for me to just snag it out, wash it real good in the sink, throw it back on there, versus, like your sponge filters, you want to make sure you wash them in conditioned water or old tank water. Dan Sleet has joined us. Hello, happy holidays to you. Merry Christmas to you as well, or happy holidays, Dan Sleet. I appreciate you coming by. Recon, what is in the hang on back? Fish Tropic wants to know. See if I can keep up with the chat here. I saw something about a reflection. You can see my reflection on the glass. Yes, I can see me on the glass too. Hello, Alice. Hello. Fish Tropic, normally I just cut, there we go, a piece of pinky filter floss. Not a bad idea at all. Yeah, absolutely. This, I wasn't really planning to go on, but nobody else was streaming, so I figured I would open it up and give everybody a gathering place. Sand Creek Aquatics says, at the moment I use Prime Liquid. I'm open to suggestions. I mean, Prime seems to be the most common thing from what I've seen. I definitely don't have anything bad to say about it. All I really have to say on Prime is just make sure that you've got plenty of aeration when you were using Prime. And Recon 338, I've considered trying Aquarium Co-op's coarse sponge pad. I just don't think it would do as good getting the fine particulate matter. I agree with you. I've got a couple of the Co-op, not the pads, but the actual sponge filters that they've come out with. I'm just starting to use them. I will say I was surprised. I moved one that had been in a tank for about 24 hours, and it had a really big cloud of fine particulate that came out of it into the water when I moved it. Honestly, I moved it not thinking that there would really be anything to come loose in it, given how coarse they are. But it kind of surprised me. So I'm curious to see just how good of a job they do on the finer particulate. Nature Life San Diego has joined us. Hello, Merry Christmas to you as well. Oh, there we go. That's what I was looking for. I appreciate you coming by. Let's make sure. What do I feed the piranha? I was going to be a smart aleck and say usually I just feed him high-end Caridina shrimp. But no, I feed everything from the super color flakes that I showed you earlier. That's actually one of the things that I really like to feed them. It gives them a nice good color. See if we can get them. Nope, just scared them off, and there they go. They'll come back here in a minute. That's what I get for trying to lean and toss and all that. But I feed them flakes. I feed them Hikari pellets. They also get things, some frozen foods. And on occasion, they'll get some live feeders, but not like from the store. Only if I've like raised them myself. Like right now, I have 3 tanks of breeding convict cichlids. I've got nothing against using live feeder fish. You know, that's the circle of life. I just don't like buying the feeders from the store because they generally are parasite ridden and not in good health. Alice is asking for my hand to go into the tank. Well, the fish have all run off now, so I really can't. I mean, I could, but it's not going to be the same. Hello, God's Glory, still here. I appreciate you hanging out with us. Yeah, we'll give the piranha a moment. They'll settle back in. Fish Tropic says, Recon, just pillow batting for fine catch, blue pad for medium, black pad for large, place in foam at the bottom. Yeah, you can definitely layer the stuff out with different coarseness to it. Yeah, that's I use the polyfill for my polishing, and generally I just rinse it out in the sink and put it back. I do find it doesn't work as well in a hang-on bag just because you don't have the pressure behind it where you're trying to push water through it. It is easy to make the hang-on back overflow where it's designed to overflow when the filter gets clogged. But like what I prefer to do is I take a power head and then just a water bottle that's been cut, and I will shove the polyfill up in there so it's got suction pulling the water through versus pushing it through, and that gets me a really, really good polish on the water. Chevy Fish has joined us, I see. I'm still not quite caught up on the StreamYard chat. Tons of aeration, hang on back and sponge filters. I have a few of their intake sponges and they're okay, but not any better than DIY. Yeah, there are certain things that I can DIY myself. I am excited to be trying out their sponge filters though. I don't know that I will completely convert to them just because I can get what would be considered a 40-gallon in terms of co-operating. The box I get rates theirs for 50 gallons, but a sponge of about the same size for $5.99 versus $10. So we'll see. We'll see. You know, that it's not quite double, but I mean, $4 a pop. That's a big difference when you're talking about sponge filters in 40 tanks. Some of those having up to four filters in them. Yeah, you know, honestly, like I said, I'm skeptical that they are going to do as good of a job as the higher PPI sponges. I just don't see how that's possible in terms of the physics of it, or the mechanics of it. But I did get an interesting cloud of fine debris come out of one that I was not expecting. Otherwise, I wouldn't have just moved it around in the water all willy nilly like I did. So I'm curious to see how it works. I really don't, you know, I don't expect it to polish 100% like the denser PPI ones do, or pores per inch. Get back up here. It jumped again on me. Get my cord off of my screen here. All right, I missed a couple things. I'm trying to get caught back up unless there's anything specifically targeted at me. But yeah, Fish Tropics saying just rinse and replace and polish. Absolutely. The polyfill or the cotton batting is really good stuff for that. Yeah, again, it's, and sorry, this is in reference to saying it never overflows. My thing is, I just, in terms of the mechanics of it, trying to force water through something that's really, really dense versus pulling water through something that's really, really dense. I can pull more water through it than I can push through it without, you know, that water wanting to try and go around it. But no, I definitely agree with the way you've got it layered out. I just find it's easiest for me to just throw a power head in with a water bottle that's stuffed full of batting, polish it for maybe a day at the most, and then yank it out and be done with it. Chevy Fish, my apologies that it is buffering. I'm not sure why. Let's see. And Rockford Fish Keeping, hello, welcome. Glad to have you here. Just taking a break from scrubbing the rock I got from the backyard. Hey, you've got to love free rock, free aquascape stuff. And there's Miss Fever giving the calculations on that. 473.16 liters. I'm sure she Googled that because A, math is not her strong suit, and B, she does not do liters, nor do I. But it is a 125 gallon or 473.16 liter tank. They are going to be moving into a 224.39 gallon, so 220 gallon tank here in the next month or so. Let's see, all right. What's Hanukkah? Alice says. Griffin Fish Room. Hello and Merry Christmas. And I think I saw somebody say hello to Miss Griffin. Yes, Miss Griffin Fish Room is also here as well. Hello to you also. Thank you for joining us. See if I can get back down here to the bottom. Everything Fish. Apparently I missed Everything Fish coming in. There you are. My apologies. Hello and welcome to you. Thank you for hanging out with us today. Another impromptu stream, just kind of killing the dead air. Recon 338 says, mine aren't aqua clear and don't have a ton of room for media, but they work fine. Aquatech filters from Walmart and Aqueon Quiet Flows from Pet Supplies Plus. My sponge filters are from Amazon. Yeah, I mean, and really on the sponge filters, I've not found one that is like an end all be all. Oh my God, this one is definitely the best and it's worth X amount of money, to pay more for it. Yes, I can definitely agree. I did not pay for that one in the sense that it came with a used tank setup that I purchased. When I looked at the price that they are, like in the local fish store, I about choked because that's high in my opinion. Another reason I really don't run hang on backs for the most part. If it weren't for already having these, I wouldn't go out and buy hang on backs. Um, but I have them, so I use them. They work for what I'm using them for. Everything has its place. And Rockford Fish Keeping says at Fish Room Fever, since you're getting a bigger tank, I'll be happy to take this small 125. Well, I appreciate that, but I do have plans for it. That is actually going to be a Beischer tank once I get the prawn out of it. And I've had the 220 for some time. I just need to get it moved into the house and set up so that I can move them over. So hopefully that'll be a next month thing. But that's not something that you just go and pick up and shove in the house by yourself. Miss Fever has helped me move that 125 that you're looking at there, but the two of us are in no way going to tackle a 220 gallon. And there's Everything Fish says, do you recommend piranha? I do. I find that contrary to what a lot of people say, you'll hear people say, oh, they're boring fish. You can enjoy them, which I did scare them. But that being said, I flung my arm at the tank to chuck the food in there. They'll come back out in a minute. My advice, though, if you're going to get piranha, is to, and this is not my saying, but be the fish. Think of what the fish would encounter in its habitat, and kind of try and mimic that. So I've got a very large piece of driftwood for tannins. You can't tell it a whole lot on the screen, but the water does definitely have tannins in it. And then I have some hiding places as well underneath that piece of driftwood. They can go underneath it and hide. And then there's some other foliage, some plants to kind of give them some cover, if you will. And I've added the duckweed in to diffuse the lighting, and they really do enjoy it. And they spend a vast majority of their time hanging out in this open water area down here at the end of the tank. I just upset them being stupid and slinging my arm in front of the tank. No conspiracies to put any more African cichlids in my large aquariums. She already got my 110 gallon. So no to that. Appreciate it though, Rockford. Yes, adulting was going to mean learning to Google better. Life would have been easier as a kid. Yeah. Oh, the joys of adulting. Let me go back up here. Miss Griffin, yes, those are piranha. Those are Caribe or Caribe piranha, however you prefer to pronounce it. Caribe. They are a Pygocentris related to the red belly piranha, but slightly more aggressive. I currently have 25 in there, and I'm hoping to breed them. At this point, they are only available wild caught, and there is only one recorded case of them being bred in captivity. But I've had some luck in the past with breeding piranha, so they should be hitting sexual maturity soon, which is another reason I want to get them moved over into a larger tank to hopefully get them breeding. One, because I think that would be phenomenal as something that's not really been done in the hobby, and two, the availability of being able to get them captive bred. At this point, given that they are wild caught only, there's only a certain time of year you can really get them in the hobby. And that's kind of around May and June. You get them about an inch or so, slightly larger, depending upon what they're catching down there. And other than that, if you want them, like say this size right here, you're looking at like $60 a fish, plus shipping to have it flown to you. So if I can get them breeding and get that price to come down a little bit, I think that would be pretty cool. Alice, yes, you did, and I thought I answered, but my apologies if I did not. I have over 40 aquariums, 40, set up currently. So that is where I'm at. I think it's 41, maybe 42. But yes, I have quite a few, all of them freshwater except for one. Miss Fever, yes, we did, but I was a much younger man at that point in time, and I don't think my back could handle carrying a 220 by myself on one end. Oh, get back up there, jumped again on me. Okay, so yes, Miss Fever got back around to that. I recommend lollipops and ice cream. If you're having a bad day, it will help take your fever away. It's Christmas time, so hit that. I can't see that emoji. Oh, hit the bell and like and share. Merry Fishmas to you. Fish Tropic, thank you, sir. Always coming up with the catchy jingles and slogans for us. I appreciate that. Yeah, it can be kind of hectic having that many tanks. No, sorry. Yes, Santa takes all of our money every year for all of us adults. Santa's rather cruel like that. Did you at least get a handshake first? Probably not. Yep, nope, there we go. There's the answer. Nope. Everything Fish says, I can't fit anything bigger than a 125 in my basement, and our main level and upstairs won't be able to hold such weight. I might be able to get taller, but it's well over. It's will. Oh, but it will only be a difference of like 50 gallons. Yes. So, disclaimer: if you put a tank through your floor, not my fault. Do the math, do the engineering, figure it out. That being said, I am in a single wide mobile home, so nothing is on foundation here. Now, granted, it's a newer one, but you could also argue that the older ones were built with stronger wood. So I've had tanks on the second floor. I have tanks now that are not on a concrete slab; they are on a, in a mobile home. But I encourage you to properly research what your structure and your foundation can handle and to plan your tank weight accordingly. And a Merry Christmas to yours, good sir. Miss Fever says you got to start somewhere else. Absolutely. 2 tanks, 10 tanks, 20 tanks, it's all the same. You are, in the hobby, and that's the important part. It dropped down. Let me get back up to where I was. All right. If Zing got a new logo, I have missed it. Now I'm going to have to look. So that's the logo she's had for a while, but maybe you haven't crossed paths with her in a while. Let me see. Chewy LTD says, yes, those are okay piranhas. At least you can keep a group of them. Even public aquariums have issues keeping a school of black piranhas, like the Shed Aquarium in Chicago. Yes. Basically, anything in the Serrasalmus family is recommended 1 per tank. I have kept one type of Serrasalmus in a shoal of multiple Serras in the same tank as Pygocentris, red bellies, that I had at the time. Again, I wouldn't recommend any entry-level aquarist or even anybody that has not kept piranha for some time do that. You really have to know your fish and plan things accordingly. But there are, of course, with any fish that we keep, things that can be done that generally are not recommended. That being said, I understand we need to have some sort of safety baseline, if you will, for new hobbyists saying, hey, this is what we recommend you do. You might be able to get by with doing something else, but here's a baseline of do's and don'ts. Fishy Biz Aquatics, what's cracking? Merry Fishmas, my friend. Welcome. Glad to have you here, sir. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope you had a Merry Christmas and got you some fishy goodies today. Precious, hello and welcome. Glad to see you again. Not a problem. I don't... you will never offend me by being in somebody else's stream. The way I see it, it is what it is. Stream when you're going to stream. People will decide where they want to go. And in a lot of cases, like on a desktop or laptop, I can have multiple windows open. So earlier I had 2 other streams playing to support those people while I was streaming. Nothing wrong with that. Let me see. Get in here. Yes, racks are your friend, Alice. Build them wide, build them tall. GRB Aquatics, good day to you, sir. I appreciate you swinging by. Well, it would be past Christmas for you, yeah. So I hope that you had a good Christmas. Got you some goodies. And Bud Presley says, I used to have Paku. Love them so much, and they grew huge. Now I only have about 1,000 guppies. LOL. I thought, Lord have mercy. Yes, the guppies will multiply like crazy. Guppies are almost as bad as convict cichlids, except I think they're a little bit more enjoyable and welcome in the hobby. Dylan Martin, hello to you, my friend, and welcome to the stream. Says, would my dojo loach and gobies eat bamboo shrimp? Is there a possibility, loaches being snail eaters and things like that? They might pick at it. But when I'm thinking bamboo shrimp, my bamboo shrimp are large. I mean, they're 3 to 4 inches. So I would not see them taking those out. Is it a possibility? Yes. Depending upon the size of the fish and the size of the shrimp. If you had smaller fish to bigger shrimp, meaning that they can't just gobble it up, you should be fine. That being said, there is always the possibility, and the general golden rule is if it fits in its mouth, it can eat it. But I would think as long as you can get some decent sized bamboo shrimp, you would be okay and not really have issues. That being said, if you try it, I would just watch it and see how everybody is interacting. And if you see any issues, pull them out of there. And my chat jumped on me. Chappie is here. Hello and welcome to you, my friend. Can't be a stream hog. Yeah, I mean, you know, if you wanted to stream, more power to you. Like I said, it never hurts my feelings when other people are streaming or other people or people are in other people's streams. I mean, it just kind of is what it is. The internet is a big place. There's room for all of us. And I think that a little friendly competition never hurt anything. Make sure I didn't miss anything else. Griffin Fishroom says, I started with 1 and up to 13 now and plans for more. Yeah, that is definitely how it works. The good old multi-tank syndrome or multi-tank addiction. And then you got to be careful because that can definitely progress into fishroom fever. So just keep an eye on it, you know. Lots of Merry Christmases and hellos. And Mr. Zen says, I art bombed your Discord today at Chappie. The Zen Ginger asking Fishroom Fever about his fish. Want people to ask you. Oh, yeah. So that is the hoodie link. Zen, thank you for throwing that out there. Yeah, I think that's a neat little thing. So I appreciate you throwing that link out there. And of course, if you do want to purchase merch, use the promo code FRF. Oh, I'm going to botch this. FRF 500 for free shipping in the US. So bottom price that I can really set on it and free shipping. Doing everything I can to get it out as cheap as possible to anybody that wants it. Chewy LTD says, what I find more interesting is snakeheads living with Danios and barbs when they are known to eat shrimp and snails like other legal species. Yeah, I saw that. Again, it depends on the personality of the fish, you know. These Bisher could definitely tear these angelfish apart if they wanted to, but they don't. They have no reason to. They're well fed. They don't see them as a threat. And everybody goes along and gets along. My beautiful world, hello and welcome to the chat. I hope you had a Merry Christmas. I appreciate you coming by. Like number 25. All right, I appreciate that. I hadn't looked at that since we started, but that's awesome. Thank you all for that very much. GRB Aquatics says, Boxing Day here. So my GTs and RTs are fighting still. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, fun stuff. It jumped on me. Let me get back to where I was. Precious Tranquility. I'll be lurking. Have some fry to move around. That is awesome. I'm assuming you're talking about Goldie Fry, which is really, really cool because that's something that I have not had the experience of, or not had the pleasure of experiencing. So, congratulations to you. Yes, no, YouTube Kids, there's no comments or any of that stuff. So, yeah, YouTube Kids is a whole different ball game. Chevy Fish says, "Merry spooky fish, Miss Chappie." A definite spooky fishmas to you, my friend. My beautiful world. Merry Christmas to you as well. Again, Fish from Fever wrote you a message above, lurking now but listening. All right, let me see if I can find that real quick. Precious. Actually, let me jump to the other chat real quick because this doesn't show everything to me. So let me see if I can find it on my other chat. Unless somebody happens to remember what that was. Oh, there we go. Precious Tranquility, excuse me, says, "Hey, I decided what content I'm going to start making for YouTube, starting with parasite and disease treatment. Just FYI, FRF, my unboxing video of your merch will include your content." Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And I think that is awesome content in terms of the parasite and disease treatment. That's a fantastic topic, and we can really never have enough about that. So kudos to you for that, and I look forward to seeing that come out. Let's see if I can get back over to the other chat and get caught back up here. I see it lagging behind. I'm about 5 minutes behind at this point. So I'm going to scroll through here. Unless there's anything directly shouting out at me. See if I can't get caught up to you good people. All right, about 4 minutes behind. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Lots of Merry Christmas. All right. Chevy Fish is cooking while listening. Chewy LTD says, "Happy Boxing Day at GRB Aquatics." Alice wants to know what you were making. Yes, previous. I found that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Looks like I am caught up just in time to welcome JH Aquatics. Joseph, hello and welcome. Glad to have you here, my friend. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas day. Hopefully you got to spend some time talking to Amber today in some way, shape, form, or fashion. I appreciate you coming by. Your support means a lot to me. Negative. I don't know anything about that. Shy gal, whoever you are, don't know anything about anyone wanting cichlids for Christmas. Sorry about that. Y'all watch that Shy gal person causing trouble with the cichlid talk. All right, good deal. Caught up to the bottom. So now that I have upset the piranha, I am going to cover this to avoid motion sickness. Move the cord around, and we will give you all back a nice shot on this tank over here. There we go. Yeah, LFS just got a new African shipment. Yeah, yep. Don't encourage her. Don't encourage her. Chappie, I will be back, my friends. I hope you're still streaming. I am going to basically just leave this stream run. I know there's some people that are planning on streaming later. I'm just going to kind of leave this popped open in case, streams end and people need some place to hang out and talk. So yes, it'll be on. Hashtag Shady Shy. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't know about these African cichlids she's after. We'll have to discuss that further. Dylan Martin, I'm going to make more fish-related videos soon. I'm going to try to make it different from most people. Going to be epic. Absolutely, and that's awesome. I definitely encourage originality. Sometimes it can be difficult to come up with quote-unquote original content just because, it's a topic, or it's a hobby, rather, that, it has fundamental things that kind of get touched on over and over again, which is good because you also get different viewpoints. But original content is always welcome and refreshing. Yes, that is a Beischer Alice. I have 3 in this tank, and 1 more Senegal in another tank, and then 3 ornates in that other tank. Those are what are going to move into the 125 gallon you just saw the Piranha in. JH made a big pot of chicken soup. Well, hey, you can't go wrong with that. Hold on just a second. Okay, there's that one. There we go. Scott Backer said, yesterday my wife told me no more tanks. Today I had her watch 54 Punchy video of her little golf balls. She said, I now have to buy another tank. Yes, Scott, that is the way to do it. Kudos to you, my friend, for that working out in your favor. And I love Pam's goldfish. Those things are adorable. They're just little derpy golf balls wiggling around. They're fun to watch. I could get into having a tank set up like that. We get caught up. Alice loves chicken curry soup. And it jumped on me again. Hold on just a second. Yes, we have 7 Beischer now. Could I see them? I don't really. Well, I could. Yeah, tell you what. I can give me a moment, and I could make that happen. In terms of the other tank, it would take me just a second, but I could get it set up to where you could see the other tank. Whether or not they will actually be out is a different story, but we can certainly try. No, I did not forget Little Miss. Little Miss is in the tank right here. If you paid attention to my live streams, Shy Gal Miss Fever, you would have seen at the beginning of the stream, I talked about Little Miss being in this aquarium with the other 2 Beischer. But somebody doesn't generally watch my content, Miss Fever. Recon 338 says, it is difficult to come up with the ideas for videos that hasn't already been done 1,000 times. Yes, absolutely. It is. But again, I think it's all about putting your own perspective, your own spin on things, even if it's a subject or topic that has been discussed already. And the Zen Ginger says, yeah, Mr. Zen, she's straight up saying it. No shade there, only brutal honesty. If James were smart, he'd listen. Oh, I'm hearing. I hear you. I hear you. Get down here. How do you pronounce Beischer? It seems like everyone pronounces it differently. Yes, they do. And I used to throw out all of them every time I said it, and that just gets really old really quick. But you've got Beischer, Biker, Bashir. I think there are about 5 variations I've heard, those being the 3 most common. I've heard Bicker. I call them Beischer. That's what everybody calls them around me. So that's kind of what I go with. Aquaballs has joined us. Hello, my friend. Aquaballs says, what's up, people? Merry Christmas to everyone. And Aquaballs, a Merry Christmas to you right back. Appreciate you showing up to hang out with us. Griffin Fishroom says, James needs more angelfish. I completely agree, Griffin. If I could get my 2 breeding pairs to stop eating their eggs, that would be phenomenal. They've gone through probably 1,000 eggs at this point between the 2 pairs, and have not raised any. So, you know, I definitely go for some more angelfish. That being said, I would prefer that it be more that I breed versus more that I buy. And Chevy Fish, just to let you know, Alice is coming over for dinner right now. And the Zen Ginger says Bashir. So yes, Bashir, Beischer, Biker, Bicker. You know, to each their own. I don't ever correct anybody on the way that they say it. Unlike a beta, that one I kind of lean towards, hey, it's a beta, not a beta. But that's just me, maybe. Yes, Miss Fever is the reason I have the angelfish, though I am glad that I do have them. Yeah, so everyone does it different. Again, I don't see any need to correct people when they say it differently. Even if you want to call it a bicker, to each their own. It looks like Mr. Zen has been getting himself in trouble somehow. Griffin's Fish Room says, Miss Fever, my grandma used to breed angelfish. Yeah, we are working on it. Like I said, I'm hoping they'll start actually raising their fry. But, eventually they'll figure it out. And it jumped on me again. There we go. Dylan Martin says, my parents said no more tanks, but they're not paying, so I'm going to buy more tanks. I mean, there you go. Good luck with that. Hopefully they don't put their foot down. And yeah, to be honest, I don't even know how Steenfot and Joey pronounce it. That's how little attention I pay it. I know what they're talking about when they say it, but I couldn't tell you how they pronounce it. And I agree. The marbles need to make more babies. Yes, Zen Ginger, my thoughts exactly. Beta is a programming term. Beta, wow, I just flipped that around. Beta, excuse me, is a programming term. The beta, double T, is a fish. You have a beta version of something. You have a, if you will, for those that don't know, simplified trial version in the process of. I see some Don't Tell Fish Room Fevers. At Chevy Fish, maybe it's easier to just say Polyopteridae. LOL. Let's see. Banana pudding. Yes, I still need some banana pudding. What are you feeding the angels? So they do still get a mixed diet. They get frozen bloodworms. They get frozen brine shrimp, but it is a spirulina brine mix that I give them from Hikari. It's the BioPure. And then they also still get the omega-1 flakes as well as the super or the tetratropical colored granules, the LR Brett's special there. I still like to give them a variety, but I do include the Meteor frozen foods for them as well. Aquaball says, in Lebanon, where I was born, there was a president named Bashar RIP. He was only president 2 weeks. They killed him. Yeah, that doesn't seem like someplace I would want to go into politics. Alice, when it's pronounced biker, I imagine a fish on a motorcycle. I love it. That is great, Chevy Fish. That's fun. And then it just jumped on me, but I saw a reference to buy share. It's like buy share. Yeah. Dylan says, I have a beta. Cheesecake sounds good. Hellos in the chat. Biker is definitely wrong. And I'm not going to say anybody's wrong. I don't pronounce it biker or bicker. But, to each their own, again. And somebody won. Zen won something. Hold on. Zen Ginger says, yay, I won Christmas. Where did Pam go? She's probably lurking and setting up her stream. Either that or she's vomiting from listening to my stream. One of the two. Amber, Miss Big City Bettas, is in the house. Neither is correct. Actually, when it comes to saying beta, it's pronounced bed-ta. It is the closest we can get to in English. There you go. From the expert herself. There you have it. So say whichever, we're all wrong. Well, I'm just going based sheerly off of English pronunciation. If it were a beta, it would not have the second T, given that a beta program or beta software does not have a second T. So I'm basing it sheerly off of that. But yes, I like that. Everyone is wrong, so do as you please. Pleco, pleco, pleco. There's another good one. Yes, that was a lot of T's. It's bet. I'm going to start saying pleco. Yes. It's true, Mandy. In Asia, they're called, and I'm probably going to mispronounce this, and Miss Amber can correct me, Kupang. Thank you, Big City Bedtez. Very cool. Beta fish, beta is better. Yeah, the great debates of our time. Oh, goodness. And this is the stuff we spend our Christmas doing. God love us all. It looks like I have finally caught up and managed to stay caught up. I'm going to take a quick peek in the tank here, see how Little Miss is doing. Oh, there she comes out. Tomato, tomato, yes. Yeah, that'll definitely draw you out. That, or if I were to say free Pothos, I'm pretty sure that you would run to the keyboard. Oh, here we go. Shy Gal Miss Fever has a good one. I just need to know how to say. That is pronounced no. That's how that one's pronounced. I appreciate you asking. Zen Ginger says, I love that. I always leave chat learning my something new for the day. Yes, we do have a wonderful tank, or sorry, I'm reading comments here. A wonderful group of people with lots of information to share. Always something new to learn. Something about peeing in a tank that must not have shown up on my chat. Yeah, I don't know. I see don't pee in the tank. Not sure what that's in reference to, but I'm going to agree. Do not pee in your aquariums, folks. English is not my first language, but some pronunciations just sound silly. Yes, I can agree with that. And sometimes they sound silly and they're correct. I'm just going to delete that comment there. Absolutely, babe. Merry Christmas. Yeah, that sounds about right. Doesn't even need to be free, James. Just say Pothos 3 times like Beetlejuice. Yeah, I believe it. My question is, I know JH has the issue of that stuff trying to come through his back door. So is there like some shipping conspiracy here that, y'all are going to have to figure out to get the stuff stateside before he moves off the island? Because I can't picture you letting him get off of that island without getting some of that stuff over to the States. And Aquaball says, and one more thing, I thought my YouTube got fixed today, but I looked at it back saying no new comment. It's getting annoying. YouTube will forever be broken. It is what it is. And there are always going to be hiccups. I don't think it will ever be quote unquote fixed. So, but hopefully they can get that figured out. Yeah. And of course the ladies are teaming up against us, understandably so. P equals peak, take a peek in the tank. Okay, gotcha. I'm a little late at it now, but yeah, I wondered why we were talking about peeing in the tank. Some thank yous and thumbs ups. There we go. JH says, I will be doing a small wild collection before I leave. I don't blame you. That's better than bringing roses. Fish Tropic says, take it to the closet, man. Zen Ginger says, don't embarrass me. GRB Aquatics, my true parrot sicklers are going through a descaling stage again. Tricky fish, any tips, anyone? I will come right out and say, do not have experience with those, so I cannot give you anything based off of experience. That being said, I think a general consensus, usually with things like that, would be if possible, add some salt to the tank. That should help just as a general cure, if you will. No pun intended to general cure. But let's see, maybe we've got some people with experience on that in the chat. JH says she needs to come down here and do a pothos hunting video. Can I do a large one before you leave? Dylan says, for Christmas, I got the Oregon Trail. Now, I remember back in my younger days, they had that set up on the computers and after school where you could sit and play it. And that was a pretty fun game at the time. That being said, I feel like I downloaded that some few years back and went to play it again, and it was not nearly as entertaining as it used to be. I feel 12 again. Bob Kaler, Kaler's Aquatics. Hello, good day to you, sir. Gloom, despair, and misery on me. I would say Merry Christmas to you, but I hope everything's okay. Yeah, Bob would probably let you get those Blue Dragon Bloods, but Bob's a nicer person than I am. Okay, here we go. Alice Chevy Fish is requesting a fan. Real quick, let me get to this one. Redfish, Bluefish, just ducking out of family activities and into here to wish you, FRF, and all the others in the hashtag Fish Fam a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holiday Season. Well, I appreciate you swinging by to say hello to us while ducking out from the activities. Merry Christmas to you and yours as well. I hope you are having a wonderful day. It is always a pleasure and always appreciated when you show up. Some more P comments. Let's see. Dylan just got bit by a snake. Well, that is not good. Hopefully, nothing venomous. Alice wants to know, well, you can't just open a window, Chevy Fish. She's not purchasing a fan. Fish Tropic, hashtag 46 cents. Pushing that merch. There we go. All right. Oregon Trail. My whole family. There we go. Whole family always either die of dysentery or drowning. Those rivers, man, always got me. Yeah. I don't know. It seems like some. I may have to try downloading that again and playing it. I remember it being a lot of fun when I was younger. GRB with the great slogans. Do better, be better t-shirt. I like it. And yes, Recon 338 says, congrats on 1,000 at Kaler's Aquatics. Bob, congratulations to you, my friend. Hopefully they get all your paperwork pushed through soon, because I know that the community is eager to start throwing some of that money back at you that you've been throwing at them for so very long. Dylan says, only noobs drown. And Miss Griffin Fish Room, well, Merry Christmas, everybody. I'm going to get off of here. Got to cook dinner. Merry Christmas to you as well. I appreciate you hanging out with us. Don't sweat too much in the kitchen. Thank you again. And if I don't see you before the end of the day, I hope you have a wonderful night. And a final Merry Christmas to you. The Zen Ginger. Okay, Bob, you good then? Did you have a decent Christmas? And now we are playing the Oregon Trail in the chat. Take the raft. And Miss Fever says, Bob is definitely nicer than I am. Much, much nicer. You should take some Kaler lessons. Yeah, I've heard that before. You get what you get and you don't pitch a fit. That's all I have to say to that. Kaylor's Aquatics. Amber, did you see those TM Tropicals good yesterday on Pothos? He suspects they killed his fish. I didn't watch that. I saw it pop up, but I've not watched it just yet. I have heard about that potentially being possible, but I am not the expert on it. I will defer to Amber for that. Bob, the man sticking up for me. The man, the myth, the legend. Definitely not as nice as Bob Kaylor, though, but I appreciate that, Bob. Chevy Fish at Alice. Tape shut for winter. Very old house. If I open a door, mice can come in. Heat is off and food smells awesome. All right. So looks like dinner is ready for you, Alice, whenever you can get over there. Yeah, so there we go. Big City Betta's chiming in. I did, Bob, and I don't necessarily agree with that stance. I am inclined to go with Amber on that topic simply because I know that she has an affinity for the plant. So I would trust her judgment on that. Alice says, I would actually like to try a typical American Christmas dinner. Alice, these days it's getting closer and closer to being McDonald's. So, I mean, we could maybe make that happen. We'll ship you a couple double cheeseburgers. You might have to microwave them, but do Americans and Canadians eat the same? That is a good question. I do not know. We've got some dysentery comments. Cheesecake. Yes, cheesecake sounds amazing. Chevy Fish, got to get back to cooking and listening. Don't work too hard on the cooking, and I appreciate you lurking. Alice is suggesting a cat for the mouse problems. Zen Ginger, lots of turkey and ham down here. Not sure about the Canadians. Yeah, don't know about the Canadians, eh? Yeah, see, Pothos is not toxic. Again, I had heard that before, but it's not something that I ever jumped on that thought process. I'd simply heard it. But given that JH and Amber are disagreeing, those are two people that I would be inclined to, if I had to go sheerly off of comments without being able to research further, which I, of course, encourage everybody to do on any subject you are not well versed on. I would definitely lean on the side of listening to JH and Amber. But Big City Bettas does say, I'm not an expert either. I just know I've had fish full on consume it with no issue. Golden Pothos can be caustic. That was not the variety he had. Microwave McDonald's. Yep, that's what we're going to send you. Yeah, I've known some people to do that. Like when McDonald's has like their 29-cent, 39-cent hamburger, cheeseburger specials. It's a throwback to the old days. I've seen people buy like 50 of those and throw them in the freezer and then microwave them. Big City Betta said, I would assume cross-contamination, either a mold or bacteria in the roots or a chemical / something that was in the original soil. That would make a lot of sense, and I could definitely see that happening. Dan Slee chiming in there. It's fairly similar. More gravy, Canada. Well, there you go. Age-old question. And Sandy, also in Canada, says turkey and ham here in Canada. Dylan says, birds can't eat pothos, I think. One fun, my grandma bird sat and the bird ate pothos and the bird died. And Fish Tropic says, I ain't saying anything but what I read about it. There you go. The Zen Ginger still never tried, is it pronounced poutine? But cheese, gravy, and fries can't be all bad. No, absolutely not. That sounds pretty good. White Castle, yes. Hashtag White Castle. Bud Presley, I grew up eating groundhog, squirrel, snapping turtles, bear, and deer and doves. America, Tennessee. Yeah, I mean, those are not uncommon things around here in Tennessee or in Kentucky. Not uncommon at all. Let me get a drink from my drink real quick here. So that does not surprise me a bit. I generally like to say, don't knock it till you've tried it. That's my approach to it, anyways. Yes, apparently we do. So there we go. Alice has brought us a question to the chat, and we have solved that, and now we are all the wiser for it. Some cultural diversity and sharing there. Okay. Oop, jumped. Zen Ginger says, "How very hillbilly of you, bud." Hey, don't knock the hillbillies in Ginger. I'm definitely straight up hillbilly. I mean, I got the beard, I got the southern drawl. I can take my teeth out if you'd like. I got all that going for me. You're not supposed to eat bear. Where was that? Oh, there we go. Alice says you're not supposed to eat bear. I mean, it is what it is. We all have different tastes. Other countries eat horse and cat and things of that nature. And Bob at Kaler's Aquatics, I've used pothos for several years with dozens of fish. Never had any suspect issues. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm definitely wanting to get some and try it out myself. I am working towards getting as much nitrate absorption in my tanks as possible. So that is one of the routes that I'm wanting to go. Plus, I just think it would look cool to have it running around the fish rooms. To the point that I thought about hanging, when I get the central air pump, instead of putting the PVC directly up against the ceiling, possibly hanging it down maybe 6 or 8 inches or so, and then vining the pothos around on that. Bear isn't so bad. Greasy AF and usually stringy. Snappers are good too. Hello to Chewy from Bob Kaler. And the Zen Ginger said, I've got lots of hillbilly relatives that eat that. Still not going to happen. I'm too weird about texture. Yeah, to each their own. Again, it's not something that I'm not inclined to down something unless I've tried it. Fish Tropic says, I don't always drink beer. Oh, wait, no, excuse me. He says, I don't use pothos, but if I did, I wouldn't let it into my tank. Chewy LTD says, he's one of the McCoys. Alice says, yes, do that. I want to see. Kaler's Aquatics is in Ginger. Great Christmas with family. I second to the oldest in our group, and old people are respected and revered. It's nice for a day. Yeah, I mean, you've got to go somewhere to get some respect, Bob, because we're mean to you. I know we are. But no, I'm glad you had a good Christmas, Bob Kaler. So I'm really glad to hear that. And from what I hear, Ed is doing well. Chattanooga Ed also. I talked to him very briefly earlier. Haven't wanted to bother him for the holidays. But did message him a Merry Christmas. Amber says, hey, I'm not a hillbilly, and I've eaten everything he listed and then some. As a kid, if we could shoot and skin it, we ate it. That is awesome. That is what I'm talking about right there. No, Alice, you don't. I haven't gotten to it on the primary screen, but I see my name highlighted, Alice, wanting to see me take my teeth out. No, you don't. You don't need to see that. Let me get back. Okay, somebody's leaving. I just scrolled right past it. Eating triangle pies. Only got 364 days. Still need times in Ginger. Sustainable living, not hillbilly. There you go. Absolutely. Sustainable living. That's the way to put it. There it is. Dylan Martin. Got to go. I might be back later. Dylan, thank you for hanging out with us. I appreciate your support. I hope you had a good time, and I hope you have a wonderful day in case I don't see you later. Bud Presley says, the Zen Ginger, my cousin that you know grew up eating the same thing. He is the king of rock and roll. Oh no, no cheesecake for me, it looks like. Maybe next year. And Chewy says, I saw a video involving Pothos where it may not be as safe as people think. But we are all on the slightly controversial topics today with the pronunciations and the, I guess you could call it opinions. Good to get some little debates going here. There it is. No, Alice, nobody needs to see that. And you definitely don't need to hear that. Yes, that is a bummer. No cheesecake. Yeah, Zen Ginger was just kidding. Zen Ginger's never mean. She was just playing around. When you Google it, it says it's not good. Hey, Tommy Travels. Hello and welcome. For those of you that don't know Tommy Travel, he's got a great live show that he does. And he also has some nice aquarium-related videos in terms of visiting public aquariums. That's the word I was looking for. So I would encourage you to check him out, just as I encourage you to check each other out. Tommy Travels was also the gentleman that I went to enlist the help for getting Pam to 1,000 subscribers on her stream. That was a fun stream because he was live, Pam was live, and I went over there and said, hey, Tommy, will you help me get my friend to 1,000? And sure enough, he got his live chat going, and everybody threw in support there, and Pam hit her 1,000. So that was a fun stream. Well, 2 fun streams running at the same time. Tommy, I hope you had a wonderful Christmas day. I saw you uploaded a video earlier. I've not gotten a chance to watch it, but I do have that set on my watch list for in a little while. Bud says, whatever was on the table is what we eat. I am proud to be called a hillbilly moonshiner, my friends. There you go. And the Zen with the positive perspective. Unset cheesecake is just ice cream toppings. That sounds pretty good. Chewy says, no, I saw it on Mike's stream at Fish Tropic. For a fish that dines on a plant, like it could be poisonous to them. Again, I have no personal experience, so I'm holding any thoughts or interjections out of this one. It's not terrible. I enjoy it when you make it. Okay, so yeah, so Bud, that was you that sent me the email about. That's what I was thinking. I just want to be sure because I think it had a different email name on there, and I've gotten a lot of emails today. So Bud, I would actually like to have come on as a guest at some point in time. Raises his own shiners and sent me some pictures of some crawdads. I actually was looking into where I could purchase those because I think those would be pretty awesome. Now, granted, they get up to like a foot, but still, I think those were absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous crayfish, crawdads. If you would remind me again the name of them. Okay, yep, there we go. Yeah, so okay, so you get yours from Florida. Yeah, where I was looking at was outside of Florida. I don't remember exactly where it was, because I know in Florida you have to have licensing to have them. But I will definitely check into those. And 54 Punchy saying she's going to start in an hour. And then Tommy Travels at 54 Punchy. That was a fun night, and I will always remember you because you were the first one I've gotten to the 1K mark. Yes, that was a great stream on both ends. I mean, we could definitely make that happen. But that's, I mean, Pam's going to start in an hour. She's welcome to come up on here if she would like to do so. But I know that she's probably going to go for multiple hours and is saving her voice for that. Pam is going to have an open stream tonight so that other people can join. Does Kmart exist? I don't know. Maybe. Scott Backer says Punchy and Fish Room Fever would make my head hurt. Oh, I mean, yeah, if she's lacking a guest at any point, I'll jump up there. I want to leave room for other people to go up. I definitely get my time in the limelight, so to speak. So I want to leave plenty of room for other people. Honestly, I could have opened this up, but like I said, realistically, I had no plans on doing a legitimate stream. I was just going to kind of throw the camera on, give you all a place to talk, and go about doing the setup on that saltwater tank. But we have so many wonderful people and such a great conversation going on that I didn't want to do that. So I have enjoyed this very, very much. I am apparently obligated to go up on 54 Punchy's stream. So there we go. Miss Fever has spoken. Oh, there's Little Miss swam across the front of the tank. What is the first thing you do when you buy new fish? Well, I mean, the first thing I do is acclimate them into a quarantine tank, generally speaking. There are always exceptions depending upon where the fish came from, where they're going to. If they're going to be the only fish in that tank, then it kind of acts like its own quarantine tank. But generally speaking, the first thing I do is acclimate them to a QT tank on my QT rack. There is a question for Miss Fever. But the answer from my perspective, Alice, is yes, she's always trying to take over my tanks with more African cichlids. Oh, wow, that jumped really quick. I think Pam could squeeze you in with her rice fish somewhere. Yeah, there we go. People with glowing blue eyes are always welcome. Let me see here. Yes, so there you go. There's her answer in her own words. She's taken over several tanks. The angels in the tank are hers, and then 2 other angel tanks and 2 cichlid tanks as well. Yeah, I told her I was surprised she didn't just make her name Cichlid Shy. It kind of surprised me. Do I normally change the water after adding new fish? Okay, no. So if I feel that one of my QT tanks is in need of a water change, I'm going to do that before I put the new fish in there, because then that's almost double stressing them, in my opinion anyways. If I'm acclimating them to the quarantine tank and then doing a water change and adjusting their parameters yet again, in my opinion, that's just putting additional stress on the fish. So if I'm going to put a fish into a tank that needs a water change done, I'm going to do that water change before the fish goes in there. That way they're only having to acclimate to one different set of parameters versus being acclimated to 2 different sets of parameters. And there you go, Miss Fever getting in on the the YouTube videos. May upload a video of my own tanks at some point. Throw one of the banners up there. We're paying for stuff. We might as well put it to use. Let me get back to the comments. Look like we had a couple new ones pop up. Zen Ginger knows somebody that could help you start uploading videos, Miss Fever. So I would say touch base with them and get that figured out. Absolutely. I mean, honestly, my hope was to have plenty available in the springtime for shipping. That being said, trying to let the parents raise them has not been successful up to this point. I'm hoping maybe they'll figure it out, but angelfish have been known to eat 5, 10, 15 batches beforehand before they finally get it right. I think I do have a few dozen that are going to make it that I have pulled, and I have them in another tank. But yeah, I'm hoping to have angelfish available for spring shipping, along with bristlenose plecos and mystery snails and other things, some jaguar cichlids. Start shipping out fish in spring. And let's see here. I mean, yeah, I would be happy to upload any video she shoots. So, of course, I would upload one. And yes, another angelfish fan. I love angels. They are my favorite freshwater fish. They are absolutely beautiful fish. Um, and I'm glad that she talked me into them because I really, really do enjoy them. Not that I thought I wouldn't enjoy them, just that I really didn't think that they would do so well with the mix of fish that I have. But they get along phenomenally. So I'm very happy for that. And I have, a couple of breeding pairs now. So that is always a plus. Yes, I am still live for the time being. Looks like it is 8 o'clock. Punchy pushed hers back an hour. So she will be going on here in about an hour or so. And yep, absolutely. I definitely want to keep some of those if they ever figure out how to raise them. Yes, she does name her fish as well as name my fish. So, but I think that's cool. She's the one that named Little Miss after all. Sorry, got all sorts of notifications popping up. All right. Yes, they most definitely are. And yeah, and see, I'm perfectly cool with that. Oh yeah, Alice, that is notifications on my phone that a live stream was starting. In terms of the music, I noticed you mentioned that earlier, and I didn't address it. But yeah, that's my phone going off because of a live stream starting from someone that I'm subscribed to. Good fish need names, absolutely. And the Zen Ginger says, I named the distinguishable ones, not like all the neon tetras, though. No, Zen, if you're going to name fish, you have to name them all. So, Zen, here's what I'm going to need you to do. I am going to need you to sit in front of the computer, and we're going to need you to name each and every one of those fry down there. If you'll just go ahead and type those names in the chat, and we will get back to you in about a week. We'll see you. Just make sure that you know which ones are which. That way, when we pull them out, we can let everybody know the name of the fish that they're getting. Dad is a little upset. I was hoping the Sultan Pleco would come back out and I could show you him. I've not really gotten to show you all the Sultan very much. Yes, I noticed and didn't address it. Well, I saw it when I was scrolling back up in order to be able to scroll back down to try and catch up, and I simply forgot to. But yeah, that is. I'm working on trying to get where I can stream the. And Tommy Travels is the person I need to talk to about this because I know he's always running music in his stream. On StreamYard, I don't know if it's possible for me to do it. I know if I go back to OBS, I could do it, but then I can't have guests up. So I'm working on trying to get some music incorporated in, especially for when I set up the 24-hour fish tank stream. I definitely want some music going in that stream since it's going to be a muted mic on that camera that's just watching a fish tank 24 hours a day. Yeah, see, she's got names for them. And the Zen Ginger says, well, the stream would probably still be going by the time I name them all, so sure. Yeah, I don't mind the stream. I enjoy it. I like the interaction. And there is the lovely Allie Patton. Hello and welcome. Glad to have you in here. Yeah, I've missed you the past couple times. I know you've been very busy. So it's good to see you. I appreciate you coming by. Always a pleasure. I hope you're doing well, and I hope you've had a Merry Christmas. Alice does not name her fish. Oh, for shame, Alice. Tommy, I appreciate that. And Chappie is back. Hello, Chappie. I hope you are still having a spooky day, sir. I think everybody knows Chappie, but again, Chappie and Tommy Travels are two people from outside of the Fish fam that I encourage you to check out. Pam introduced me to Chappie. Um, he does really awesome creepy pasta readings, and Tommy Travels has a wonderful live stream as well as some travel videos of different things, several of which are public aquariums. So I encourage you all to check both of those individuals out, along with the other people in the stream. Um, complete the circle. It doesn't hurt to subscribe to people. It doesn't cost you anything, and it just helps grow our community and the communities of others that are joining in and saying hello to us. Let's see, Scott, Melvin, thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. I missed something because the chat jumped on me, but I'm just going to keep rolling with the punches. Yes, wow, those angelfish, those would be Miss Fevers. Some of them I actually picked up at the LFS. Oh, I forget what it was for, but I saw them and I knew that if she found out they had been there and I didn't buy them, I was going to get in trouble. So I just went ahead and bought them. I was like, yeah, throw them in a 5-gallon bucket. I'll take them home. The one who randomly blocks people. Yeah, I was watching that last night, Scott, when you joined Chappie's stream, and then he blocked you, and I was like, oh no, what did Scott do? I didn't see anything. And there we go. I knew that you meant to say Chappie. And then he wound up accidentally blocking somebody else again, and I was like, oh no, poor Chappie. Everybody's going to give him a hard time. Oh, thank you for being here. I appreciate you coming in to hang out with us. That means a lot to me. I know it's a holiday and people have things to do, but I also know that, that some of us want something going on YouTube to entertain ourselves with. Your other, pardon me, Miss Fever, your Dusky Rose is in the back corner. It is in there. It has not been eaten. It is fine. See what we got here. Yeah, absolutely. And Langan, I know that I've got you already. I'll double check again, though, just because YouTube has been doing what YouTube does lately. But I know for a fact that I've got you. I don't oftentimes get around to commenting, but let me pull this up and go to channel. Let me not pull a Chappie and time you out. That's not what I'm trying to do here. Yep. All right. Subscribe, notification bell. There you go. Wanted to double check that real quick. Why did you do that? All right. Fix that right there. I just fed them not that long ago in response there. I just fed them toward the beginning of this stream, which is why the Gibiceps or Gibiceps plecos are hanging out up there. They were picking up scraps and getting their fill. And then the fourth one is somewhere else. It's around somewhere. And of course, the red-tailed cat, as you can see to the far right there, you can see its mouth behind the rock. And the tiger shovelnose. Well, you can see my reflection in there. Tiger shovelnose right there, laying on the ledge with the Beischer head behind it. But I will turn you all back to the angels. There we go. Yeah, Chappie, you're never gonna live that one down. I mean, you were just like, oh, hey, welcome to the stream. You're blocked. And then you're like, oh crap, I'm sorry. And then you did it a second time. So yeah, that was good fun. I mean, it happens to the best of us. Yes, I absolutely love them. They're not one that you see a whole lot. They're not really uncommon, um, but I don't see them nearly as much as you would think, given the gorgeous colors and patterns. They do get a decent size, though. Not as big as your common pleco, but definitely bigger than your bushy nose and things of that nature. Um, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend them to go for life in, a 55. Well, you could. Nah, I wouldn't even put them in a 55. I'd say a 75 or larger for them for life, anyways. That is, you could keep them in smaller while they're younger, like this. This is really a grow out tank for most of what's in this tank. Um, they're excluding the angelfish and the gouramis. There's really not anything that I would house in this tank for life. Obviously, the tiger shovel nose and the red tail, definitely not. The bisher, I would move to a larger tank, which I'm going to, and the plecos will also get a larger tank. And I don't know what we're sending, but better not be my fish. Oh, are you trying to ship out my plecos? Yeah. Well, and here's the thing: I wouldn't mind to part with one. They're just at such a big size. I'd hate to ship them. But you can definitely find them locally. There's your music again, Alice. Yeah, come watch my stream, folks, and get shut down Chappie style. Yeah, well, and that's the only stream I've ever seen that happen, and it was just funny that it happened twice. I mean, you could do something like if you're wanting really, really small, I would say go with a clown pleco or possibly a rubber lip pleco. Other than that, you really get into what I call the mid size, which is going to be your bushy nose. Goodness gracious, like your gold nuggets, sultan plecos, snowballs stay kind of smallish. But yeah, if you're wanting like super small, um, clown plecos are awesome. They're cool little fish. You will probably never see them though, and they stay fairly tiny. So you could have one, but you're probably never going to see it. I don't know. If you're looking for a fish that you're not seeing, you may just want to come look in the tank because I'm seeing the same fish that I've been seeing for weeks. So if there's something missing, it's probably been missing. Are you not talking about that one in the back corner that just came out to the front camera? Is that not the one you're talking about there? Yes, absolutely. The 260 Queen Arabesque stay small and are beautiful. I have not had the pleasure of keeping those, but yes, that would be another good one. Snowballs should not get 10 to 12. Not to the best of my knowledge. I think that they top out around 8, if I remember correctly. Um, let's do a quick look here. Forgive me, I don't have all the numbers memorized. Okay, so yeah, even smaller. 5.5 to 6.3 inches. Yeah. So they don't even get, oh, that's what it was. It's 8.9 centimeters. So yeah, they don't get very big. That's about what they say the standard bushy nose gets. I've seen, like, I've got one male bushy nose that's bigger than that, but it's kind of an exception to the rule. But yeah, no. Most of those that were mentioned are going to stay under 10 inches. The clown plecos stay really, really small. If I remember, they don't really even get more than 4 inches. If they do, it's like years and years, but I can check that real quick as well. Yes, clown pleco reaches a maximum size of about 3.5 inches. So yeah, if you're looking for something really tiny, a clown pleco, but good luck seeing it very often. Okay, that's what I thought. That's why I was saying it was the one that was way back in the corner. Let's see. Oh yes, absolutely, Chappie. That would be awesome to have you up on Pam's stream. I think that would be a fun time. Zen, they may have, but I'll say this: when I moved mine out of a 20 long, I had 4 of them in there, and it took me a good 20 minutes to find them all in a 20 long that was not very heavily planted, had very minor decorations, if you will. They were just that good at hiding. One of them was literally hiding under half of a Marimo moss ball, where I had opened it up and had it at one point attached to something, but was loose at that point. It was actually hiding under half of a Marimo moss ball, and I finally lifted that piece of moss ball up and found it. Anthony's Fishy Friends, I think I just saw. Yeah, Anthony's Fishy Friends. Hello, welcome. Merry Christmas to you. I hope you have had a wonderful day. I appreciate you hanging out with us. If you got anything awesome for Christmas, fishy related, YouTube related, or just in general, feel free to share with us. I've got a blue-eyed lemon that I only see once a month. Yeah, so the only reason I see my my clown plecos is because I have them. I have 4 of them in a 10-gallon tank with the watering spikes, which I did a video on, in hopes of breeding them. So I have 3 of them that have taken over spikes that I see all the time, and then 1 that is constantly hiding in the back of the tank that I do not see very often. When the time comes, she will drop a link in the chat, just like this. And then if you click on that link, it lets you join. So that's how you would do that when the time comes, Chappie. Or if anybody wanted to come up now, they're welcome to do that. Normally I throw it out there sooner. I haven't actually gotten and maintained being caught up with the chat. So I kind of have been behind. The Zid Ginger, I don't even have substrate. It's a discus tank, only 55 gallons, but maybe he's just hiding. Yeah, I mean, that would not be the first time I've seen a fish disappear for a month and then be, oh, hey, there it is. Ali Patton says, my pleco is loving the extreme krill flakes and comes out quite a bit at feeding time now. That is good to know. I've not tried them. I know that there have been several people that have been pushing them recently. I'm going to move this camera real quick just because I want to feed these fry down here, and I had that sitting on top of the hashtag not sponsored Omega 1 Super Color Flakes. So I am just going to, which by the way, I have the video uploaded. I just need to add my description and make it public and all that. But I did make another video on the Jaguar cichlid fry now that they are out and about. Because they're kind of in a much wider cloud. They're not holding nearly as tightly as they were before. They are looking good. So we just get some of that down in there. Let them eat. All right. And I am putting my chair through the floor vent here. There we go. Let me not roll across the vent. And Bob Kaler's Aquatics wants to know what kind of pleco. You've probably already answered at this point. See, yes, living in the overflow for months. I've seen that happen before too. Yeah, see, I may give them a try. I don't know. Nothing against them. I just know how much I enjoy the Omega 1 flakes and now the Tetracolor granules. But that's not to say that at some point I won't give them a try. There we go. Anthony's fishy friends. I want to know the same thing. 1.01K subs, Bob. Are we getting a live stream from you soon? And Pam says she is going to do a giveaway soon. Bob wants to know if it is open bar. And Allie said it's an albino bristlenose pleco or bushy nose pleco at Kaler's Aquatics. Oops, I mentioned a bad word. It'll be okay for the moment. Scott Backer, Zen Ginger wants to. Zen Ginger, have you tried Extreme with your discus? Yeah, see, honestly, I had the thought of doing like an open mic karaoke yesterday when I did that stream. But it occurred to me that YouTube would slam me and cut the stream potentially if they picked up on it. I may be giving myself too much credit for them to even recognize the song, but if they did recognize the song, there'd definitely be some copyright issues. See, Bob's been singing all day and we have missed it being on YouTube. Yes, absolutely, Pam. Yes, I believe there are. Forgive me, I don't know the names, but I have seen. Oh goodness. Oh, I can't think of the name of it, but yeah, there are some apps that you can do that. Chappie says they won't shut you down, rather take money from commercials. Yeah, well, there you go. You're not getting any karaoke out of me right now, but that's one of those things I'd be inclined to do if I had a couple other people on. Oh, and there the tiger shovel nose is out. He may be smelling the food that I just put in the bottom tank since they are connected on the same water supply. But generally, he doesn't really go for the flakes. The red-tailed cat will eat them. But yeah, you can see the fish in the top are definitely smelling the food I put in the bottom. So I am going to go ahead and throw some food up top. I don't know what we're keeping me in mind for, but yes, absolutely, keep me in mind. Oh, so one thing, well, let me shut this so I don't blind you with the light. I want to add an air stone to this so that I can give it a little bit more of a fair judgment. But so far, I am enjoying the, there we go, the USB air pump from Aquarium Co-op, hashtag not sponsored. I've got it hooked to one of their 10-gallon rated sponge filters there. I've just got that in there right now to get some bacteria growing on it, get it cycled. That way I can swap out some other sponge filters and we can do a head-to-head comparison. But so far, I enjoy it. I will say I definitely prefer having an air stone added to the Co-op filters versus not. So both of those there are run without an air stone inside. And let me do this without the motion sickness. That one over there, that Co-op filter, has an air stone inside. And as you can see, it's pushing so much air, it's actually coming out the top of the sponge. I need to try and straighten that piece of hose out. But let me sit that right there. Y'all can watch everybody eat. Bob, if you were short, just let us know. We can definitely take care of you. I mean, if nothing else, if you wanted to start a stream on StreamYard and then, have other people up, basically, I wouldn't care to sit on your stream and, I like to talk. It's hard to shut me up. But if you needed somebody to, I'd be happy to come up on your stream and basically talk for however long you needed me to, just to help with you getting watch hours. For whatever reason, God only knows, and I love you people for it. I seem to be able to draw a little bit of a crowd. I think it's just sheer boredom on that part, but I will definitely be happy to help any way that I can, Mr. Kaler. Yes, absolutely. Keep your eyes on the prize. You got this. How many are you wanting to do, Allie? I will say I don't see why not. I've got a pair of angels in a 30-gallon. That's actually what I have one of my breeding pairs in. Don't know exactly how many you're trying for. Absolutely, Zen Ginger. Apologies for the surprise family show up, but thank you for lurking nonetheless. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Miss Fever. 3 or 4. 4 should definitely be okay, especially because I mean, like even. Let me turn the camera a little bit. If you can see the black and orange there, those are fairly good size in terms of being grown. And I mean, angelfish are so thin that they really don't take up a whole lot of space. So yeah, I would agree with Miss Fever. Don't tell her I said that. She'll be celebrating. I'll never hear the end of it, but yeah, I'm going to agree with her on that. I don't see why you couldn't. The only issue you may run into, though, in a 30-gallon is if you have 2 of them pair off in that small of a space, they may get super, super aggressive in mating and protecting their eggs. Miss Fever says, to get yourself a Dusky Rose, Allie, treat yourself. I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't be fine with that, Allie. Precious Tranquility says, for me, FRF, I like your somewhat monotone voice. I always learn something each stream and enjoy the moral philosophy that comes out in your content. Precious, I really do appreciate that. I'm glad you enjoy it. As I like to say, I try to make it either educational or, goodness, entertaining, hopefully a little bit of both. So that's the goal. As long as I'm doing something to help keep people happy, pass the time, and maybe learn a little bit, then I'm doing my job. And of course, when we can help people grow their channel, you know, bigger or smaller than myself, and help promote good people and good things in the hobby and the community, I am always up for that. So Precious, thank you very much for that. And just actually, I think we have some people in here that were not around last time. For those of you that do not know, Precious Tranquility has a channel. Precious breeds goldfish, which I think is super cool. Hold on a second. I'm trying to find it. And the wonderful Precious was the very first person to buy any Fish Room Fever merch. Bless her heart. So she's going to let us know how that turned out. Hold on a second. I'm going to find it here. Open in a new tab. So here's what I want to do. I haven't really shared anybody out today. So Precious Tranquility has 59 subscribers. Let me share my screen real quick here with you folks. Yeah, don't show these tips again. Share screen. Share. So if you have not checked out Precious Tranquility, my teeth really do not like me saying your name. If you haven't checked out Precious Tranquility, go check her out. Lots of goldfish stuff, and I know we have, and there's that pearl scale video there. I'm not going to play it on the, stop that. Nah, I'm not going to play it on my stream, but I am going to play it right now while I'm live streaming so I can watch that, because they are super cute. But before I do that, let me grab your link and share it real quick. Copy and paste. There is a link for Precious Tranquility. If you all would do me a favor and grab her up, I think you'll enjoy what she's got going on. And there's Alice Music. Watch 54 Punchy live in 30 minutes. So she's got 59. Let's see if we can get her to 65. That being said, now I can catch up on some of these videos here. Oh, and those goldfish are cuties. I tell you what, you all are really making me start to lean towards wanting some goldfish. Keller's Aquatic says, I'm keeping a pair of large show angels in a 20 alley. They're going in the 180. I hope it should be set up Sunday. I'm going to see the cabinet Friday. It should be delivered in the tank put on Sunday. Bob, that's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing those videos. And Allie Patton said, girl, I treat myself when it comes to tank stuff. Oh, and it'll be heavily planted. Yeah, that'll be awesome. Yeah, we have a lot of good people in the fish fam. Well, Bob, I could understand being shy, but in terms of not having anything to talk about, I mean, you see the kind of content you get here. Now, granted, I do some live streams that have specific intent behind them and different topics, but lately it's been a lot more, let's hang out and see what comes up. But I think like Chattanooga Ed brought up the first time you and I met, and of course Ed was there too, you and I just stood there in the middle of the LFS and talked for a good 20, maybe 30 minutes, just back and forth, and had some really good conversation. I remember Ed, after the fact, was like, man, I should have recorded that for YouTube, because he really enjoyed the conversation. And I think a lot of other people would enjoy what you have to say. But let's be honest, Bob, it is Bob Kaler, so people would show up just to watch you do water changes, good sir. So if you decide to give it a go, have a crack at it, one, we will be there to support you, and two, even if you didn't want to technically be on your own live stream, I would be happy to come up on your channel to help get you the time and you not have to sit there on screen. Yes, Miss Fever is trying to get some things going with the angelfish. Blushing Panda hybrid would be gorgeous. I agree. Allie Patton, I feel like I'm having with family when I'm in the stream and ask questions without being bullied or chastised. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're not here to beat anybody up. You know, it's all I want to say in good fun. I mean, we're just all here to support each other. And if there's ever questions, you know, we're here to help. That's what we're here for. Not here to beat anybody up. Let me see. I am currently 4 minutes behind the chat. Sandy, I am glad I helped you. That's what I'm here for. That's why I started the channel. It just so happened that people enjoy it, so it's doing really well, and I'm glad for that, because that means I can reach out to more people and hopefully help more people. Because even if I don't know an answer to something, I try and surround myself with good people that do have answers to things, as you all have seen. And there you go. Miss Fever, who refuses to get in front of a camera, says she will jump on a live stream with you. Legit. That's how much support you've got coming from over here, Mr. Kaler at Kaler's Aquatics. There we go. Absolutely. All right. I need to leave a comment real quick for Precious on here. For those of you that don't know the mindset on that, if you subscribe to somebody, watch a video of theirs, leave them a comment, give them a thumbs up, or if it's something you don't like, thumbs down. You know, I'm one of those people. If you dislike what you're seeing, give me a thumbs down. I'm fine with that, and I'm not trying to influence how you judge other people's videos. But if you're trying to stay connected to someone, not that it helps all the time, but it does definitely help overall if you're commenting and interacting on those videos versus just subscribing to them. And don't do, like, in terms of the comment, you don't ever want to be like, hey, I just subscribed to your channel, I came from Fish Room Fever. Nothing like that. That's not what we're looking for. We're not looking to do that. Watch the video and leave a meaningful comment for them about whatever the video was regarding. Danikin Aquatics, hello. Welcome. Glad to have you back again. Yes, so she did. She asked them to get more Duskies in, and they still have not gotten any more in their Angel assortments that have come in. Anthony's Fishy Friends. It's okay, Bob. I only brought up you streaming because of a comment you made on another stream. Don't feel any pressure, but we would love to have you stream. Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, if you need the watch hours, Bob, just let us know. We would be happy to help you out with that. Scott Backer, I would watch you, Bob. I love all your videos. Yes, and as do I. I would definitely enjoy watching Bob on a live stream. Precious Tranquility says, "Thanks, guys. Just to be clear, not my goal is not to be a YouTuber. LOL." Yeah, that's fine. But still, if you're gonna put videos out, then I would like to show support for you. If you're doing something cool, we might as well get the support there for you. You know, that way, you know, maybe down the road you decide, hey, I really wish I had actually been trying to do this. You know, 2 years from now, you're not getting off to a late start. So let me go back here. And yeah, we're glad to have you. I'm glad that you found our little community / we found you. I'm not allowed to get goldies. Yeah, I know. I don't have a place for them. But the little golf balls with fins are just too cute. They are just too cute. All right, so looks like we've got Precious 263. So I appreciate you all checking her out. And it jumped on me. Get back up here. Oh, wow. Yep. All right, so I'm going to start going through a little bit quicker. There we go. Yes, Punchy live in 30 minutes. Why would I stand in the way of goldfish happiness? Well, because I'm so used to, when I hear goldfish, I automatically think of just your big, fat, common goldfish that looks like a carp. And yes, I know that they are in the family, but you get what I'm saying. Not all the different fancy, pretty goldfish. I'm used to just the generic feeder goldfish look, if you will. Zen Ginger back to lurking. Allie says goldfish are either hated or loved, no in between. Miss Fever says it's genuine hate. Let's see. Recon 338. Even if you don't decide to stream, Bob, we will still be supporting you either way. YouTube is supposed to be fun, so don't make yourself uncomfortable unless you want to try it for yourself. Absolutely. Absolutely right. And Keller's Aquatics. I know, Anthony, when I streamed before, it was always spontaneous and it always involved fish and events with them. Never sitting and talking to a group. Not sure people want to see those fish streams. Yeah, I mean, I'll just say that that's pretty much what's going on here. I'm just kind of sitting, running my mouth, hanging out with cool people while you're staring at my fish tank. Come on. Oh, stop that. I think I just blocked somebody. Oh, goodness. Goodness. That's what I get for... Shoot. Okay. Let me see if I can find my live chat, because I feel like I just blocked somebody. I was trying to click off of something. That's not good. That's not good at all. All right. Close that. Close that. Give me back a tab. Let me bring my channel back up because I don't have the other chat. Recon was timed out. Recon 338. I am so sorry about that. I was trying to right click off of this stupid StreamYard thing that was opening up on me, and I knew that I'd accidentally timed somebody out or banned somebody or did something bad. I am sorry about that, my friend. I did not mean to do that. I think it's Chappie wearing off on me. So my apologies for that. You get a freebie on me that you get to cuss at me and not get timed out for. We'll make it even there. Yeah, I'm sure she would go with that. Alice says, my only answer is get fish. And Allie is a Closet Guppy fan. I remember seeing that when I was trying to frantically scroll down and figure out who I had timed out. I don't have a way to undo it. I am sorry about that, Recon. Oh boy. And yes, Bob, you've got a lot of support here in the community. And Chappie also offering help. Um, Bob will be lurking, has to wash 50 pounds of sand. Fish Tropic says, I like watching Bob through the window. Absolutely, but he changed the curtains and he's got those, oh goodness, the blackout curtains now, so it's really hard to watch him a lot of the time. And Zen Ginger said that's why all her texts, or all her videos are text only. And yes, now I've gotten down to the bottom and I can see. Yes, I'm playing Chappie, Fish Room Fever with the Banhammer. Yeah, that's my karmic payback for making fun of Chappie. Absolutely. Recon, I love you, man. I'm sorry. You want me to send you some free extra stickers for that one? I know I sent you some already. Zen is leaving to order food. Yes, Scott, now we could talk about Recon and he can't defend himself. Yeah, Allie, from what I'm aware, the only way to undo that would possibly, well, see, it's just a timeout. They're not actually hidden from. I know, like, if I had put him into permanently hidden from the channel, then I could go in real quick to my YouTube studio and change it. But given that it's just a temporary timeout, could block him and unhide him. So yeah, that's kind of like what I was. Yeah, but I don't want to make it worse. I don't want to make it worse. Goodness. I'm sorry, Recon 338. I'm blaming Chappie for this one. I have to find Recon. The good news is I'm pretty sure Recon was lurking anyways. Oh no, and it deleted all of Recon's messages. Okay, let me run into my studio real quick here just to make sure that I don't have him on the naughty list for good. Bear with me, folks. Talk amongst yourselves. Pull my studio up here. Now I'm going to have to change the title to the stream to I banned Recon 338. Pull my studio up. And should be in here. Okay, so he is not in my hidden users list. So what I'm going to do is, let's see if adding moderator will do it. You would think when you moderate that person, it would time out them. Recon, if you're there, say something, buddy. Let us know if you can. If that doesn't work, we have some other options. Oh boy. There you are. So I don't know if it wore off or if now that you have a wrench, it automatically pulled you out of that timeout. Yeah, okay, so it was about up anyways. I'm sorry about that. I mean, if I was going to intentionally, accidentally ban anybody, it'd probably be Miss Fever with that cichlid talk and goldfish. Hashtag shame on you. All right, let me get caught back up here. Allie said it's a toss-up between Angels and Golden Rams for the 30. Rockford Fish Keeping says to do both. Chappie says not to blame him. I got myself into this pickle. Shy says to do Angels, they're nicer. And there we go. Allie says, okay, Angels, it is. All right. If you see you were in purgatory. Yeah. All right. So I'm caught back up. Recon is back. Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, hey, it is what it is. It's the least I could do for timing you out accidentally. And it looks like Pam is now live. Let me verify that. Okay, so 54 Punchy is live. Yeah, I guess she just decided to go 15 minutes early. So if anybody wants to jump over there, somebody wants to drop her link, you are welcome to do that. Let's see. Donald Fish Vibes, hello and welcome. I have a new tank with them, both golden and neon blue. Love them, but they are hard to keep, I find. And with great power, you can time out now. Yes, absolutely. Feels like we ripped duct tape off his mouth. Yes. Yes, now when you say thanks to other mods, I give myself a pat on the back. Absolutely. Hey, you deserve it, right? Cherubi Aquatic says, anyone keeping Cordyceps? Not myself. I wonder if Pam knows she's live. I don't. Oh, I might have my volume down on my phone. As I say, I don't hear her talking, but yeah, my volume is down. All right, yeah, so, yeah, I heard some kind of music. Alrighty, well, that puts us at 2.5 hours. Pam's going to have a really fun stream. I would encourage you to go check her out. Unless we have any other questions at the moment. Or if anybody wants to, oh, it says she's getting ready. Yeah, well, she went live. I don't know if she meant to or if she knows she is because I don't want to turn the volume up on her channel while I'm streaming. There we go, Rockford. I'm a little upset here. I'm not number one on the ban list. I must be slipping in my old age. Yeah, I mean, it's a tough list to get on. All right. Yes, there are 3 in that tank right there. And then I have 4 in another tank. One more is one more Senegal, and then I have 3 ornates in another tank. So we have a total of 7. There you go. Chappie says, Rockford, hang out with me. I got you, boo. Yes, we have one albino. The one that is in with the ornates is an albino. Sand Creek Aquatics, Merry Christmas. I will meet you all over there. I hope you all have a wonderful night. I think I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. I thought about just letting the camera run, but it is Pam, so she'll probably be on for a good 3 or 4 hours. So I appreciate you all tuning in, hanging out, and having some fun. I will see you all on the next go around. And until next time, as always, keep your fish healthy and catch yourself a little fish room fever. Bye, everybody.